Hey guys, we are back to another session. Oh, I still have my bottle of water here. All right, so I say hi, I said all right, I say all right and hi a lot. I don't know, I'm still learning, but I say that a lot during my videos. We're gonna look at events. Now we already know that. Hold on. Now we already know that we can refresh a single component and we can refresh the parent components on their own. But what if we want to talk to the child components? We want to emit something to the child components. How do we do that? We already know how we can pass variables, but we want to say, okay, what if I click something here and the others uh, refresh as well? I think early days in Vue, I don't know about now currently, but this is a difference between livewire and Vue, such that in Vue, when you click this, it will refresh the entire component, everything, right? But livewire uses a different architecture whereby it tries to reduce the overhead. So if you want to just work on your parent component, it does that. If you want to work on a particular child component, you can do that and just reduces the overhead. Although there are pros and cons to this, but what if you want to say refresh here and have it refresh every other place in all the components, right? So this is where events come in. Now, events offer a robust event system that you can use to communicate between different components on the page, right? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is create that button here and say, instead of this, we're going to say, let's put a break. We'll put BR, we'll put initial, and okay, if you want to do double, that's fine. And then we're gonna say refresh child component, refresh children, sorry, children. We're gonna say refresh children and then refresh children, children. Okay, so refresh children. We should create the what's it called, the method here, public function refresh. Before, in the lesser versions of livewire you use emit, but we don't use emit anymore. We now use dispatch, so it's not emit, so we're dispatching. So it's going to be dispatch. So you want to fire this now, dispatch. But we need the other components to listen when we dispatch this event. So this is how you create a listener. You first of all need to import. So it's now on dispatch, right? So I need to create the function that would now okay, good stuff. So AI already does what I want. So I need to create a function that will now give me the refresh children. So if I click on this button here, it will fire this method to dispatch, right? And then when it dispatch, these guys are listening to it here. So this is the one that tells the method to listen. So on this dispatch refresh method, refresh children, sorry, it listens to it. So once it gets it, it runs its own method and does its thing. So I'm not looking for an ID. No, this is not what I'm looking for. I just need you to. Okay, so technically, I don't need to pass anything into the refresh method for the child, because as long as I'm calling the emit, right? As long as I'm emitting the event, it already trigger a re-render. So technically, I don't need to pass anything. So we'll leave it like this for now. And if we come back here, I'm going to reload the page so you can see. Then I'm going to click on refresh. So if I click refresh child or children, you see that everything is being refreshed. So you notice first that this one is being refreshed first before the others are refreshing. So let me see if I can give you again all the time that I tried and failed to show you this, but let me see if I can show you this time. Where is it at? It's not console, yeah. In network requests. So I want to flip the network to 3G. I wish it was slower. I'll flip it to 3G. And then I'm gonna find. So you're gonna watch this, right? So it's first of all going to send a request to emit the dispatch. Gonna send the dispatch to the parent. Then from the parent, it will now trickle down to the children. So the time is gonna change first here before it now changes at the other place. So it sends first, and then it will now send the other ones. So I hope you caught that. So we'll do it again. It changes, and then it's going to change for the others. All right, good stuff. So this is the requests. So you see under the payload, it called the method. You see that when we click that, it called the method and then it ran the dispatch events inside of it. And then this is for the child as well, the children rather. You see, these are the children. So if you remember, I talked about performance issues whereby you have to first of all, when you click, you have to first of all trigger this. It has to first go to the parent, then from the parent, it will now trigger to the children, which could be a performance issue if you have a lot of components in loop. Okay, so one way to reduce the overhead is by using magic methods. For example, if you do not need to, because there are edge cases, if you do not need to send or to dispatch to the parent directly, we could use a magic method $dispatch. I'm going to comment this out and we'll change it to, let's say, $dispatch. Okay, $dispatch, and let's comment this out so you see that it's not actually going to, we don't have to do that server round trip where we now click and then it goes to the back end and then from the back end it fires. So we can fire it directly. This is kind of like a JavaScript stuff. Using the JavaScript. So at this point, my microphone had gone off and I wasn't aware of it. So I am actually going to uh record right now on my phone while the video is playing. So if the sound changes or the sound is not as good anymore, please bear with me. I didn't want to have to record the whole video again, so I thought I'd do it this way. Okay, so let's go. So I was talking about dispatching using the magic methods. Right, so when you click, it only changes for the child component and doesn't affect the parent component. So that's one way you can reduce the overhead. Okay, so I'm showing you the request right now that is only sending a request for the children and not the parents. So it's not touching the parent component at all. It's only firing to the children. Okay, so I want to show you some other things you can do with the dispatch. You can use JavaScript to actually fire the you can use JavaScript to fire to dispatch an event. Sorry, you can also use livewire at the same time, so you can see I just highlighted on it for you to see. Then you can also use Alpine JS as well to do that. Then you can also dispatch directly to another component. So all you have to say is dispatch and to, and then you put the class name of the component you are dispatch with. So you can be specific with your dispatch. Then you can dispatch to the event to yourself to this. So in other words, the particular component that is dispatching the event you can dispatch back to yourself. Then this is what I did. This is the example I did when I called it the magic method, and this is for testing. So I think that's all of it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I hope you'll actually learn. It takes a lot to do this video, so please like and subscribe if you learned something from it. You can share it to your friends, loved ones, and people who might benefit from it, and help my channel grow, please. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Have a good one. God bless you, and of course, bye bye.